Guys, I messed up. I really wish I could go back in time to when I was placing all of these chests for the storage system and just ask myself, why is there so much empty space behind the chests? I mean, look at this. The chests might not be in the center of the room, but they're pretty close. I don't know if it was because I wanted to make secret passages back here or if I just wanted to get especially thorough when I did spring cleaning, but this just isn't going to fly. Well, that's an hour of my life I'm never getting back, but at least now we have a lot more space to work with. Now I'll just clear up some of this extra clutter, and look at that. We're barely a minute into this episode, and it's already time to start building. Now this has been a long time coming. I've always loved having these big expansive storage systems, but one of the things you don't really think about is how much time you spend just walking back and forth from one set of chests to the other set of chests and back again, and while the bridge doesn't fix the problem completely, it definitely helps a lot. And on top of all that, it looks pretty cool too. And if I just jump down to the bottom real fast, you guys will know that one of my favorite views is just, standing down here on the bottom and looking straight up. And oh boy, did I go all out on the bottom of this bridge. We've got so much detail going on in this room that it just wouldn't make sense for the bridge to not be equally detailed. And one of my favorite things about it is as you go up the floors, you slowly get a better and better view of the bridge. Until you get to the top, you're right next to it, you can see all the details. And very importantly, in my opinion at least, is even at the top here, you can still see the details of the bridge because the bridge goes up over everything. So it's very, very important that as I'm standing here on the top level, I can just look out to the side and I can see all the details. I can see this nice little, I don't know, upside down spire sort of thing coming down, and I just love it. Now some of you may have noticed that at the top of the bridge we've got this little enclosed area, and this is actually one of my favorite parts. Gotta love the rain. If I reach into my inventory and I grab some obsidian, if I do this correctly, we should be able to fit a nether portal in here, and I can light this up, and look at that. We have a fantastic nether portal built directly into the tower. I mean, honestly, this is going to be huge because for so long I've just been using this nether portal down here and it's so annoying. At first it wasn't so bad because, we could just walk up these crude dirt stairs and we'd be right inside of the little platform that I used to have here. But that platform hasn't been here for a long time. And these days, whenever I use this portal, I have to just fly all the way up like this. I mean, there's not even any entrance to get into the tower so I can use the water elevators. It's just, this is just so inconvenient. But no longer, because if this is hooked up correctly, which, it probably isn't. Hey! I honestly did not expect that to work first try. Let's go back and see if it takes us into the same one. Wow, I can't believe that worked so well. And now I suppose I can just fly down here and we can finally get rid of this stupid thing, because this has been, yeah. I'm just so happy to be done with this. Now there's still a lot that we have to get done here in this storage room, and we're going to basically finish this entire thing by the time this episode is over. But before we do that, let's head to the thrift shop real fast. Using this portal makes me so happy. It's honestly been a minute since I've been over here, and wow, there is a lot of progress going on here. I'm pretty sure Trozo made all of these buildings here. I don't know who made this one. Cyber Rod's Emporium, and wow, this looks like a really cool cyberpunk build. But I can't get distracted. The thrift shop, for those of you who don't know, is right over here in this direction. And there we go. You can see we've got our sign. And if we head inside, we've got, I mean, just every sort of, you know, random. I mean, we've got a Sammy head. We've got bamboo, ender pearls, purple stained glass. There's some saddles, some pink petals, rotten flesh. Just, I mean, you've got some redstone ore there, a shulker box of cobblestone, blocks of iron. I mean, we've got everything. But it's honestly been a minute since I restocked this, and while we still have plenty of stuff in here, I do want to come back and I want to put some more like really high value stuff. Like, I mean, there's deep slate gold ore there. I'm kind of shocked that this hasn't been taken. There's, you know, blocks of emerald. There's a totem in this one. I mean, come on, guys. How can you not take that? But anyway, in addition to what I'm going to be putting into this, in the spirit of the thrift shop, I do actually have a little section back here where people can come and they can just leave boxes of stuff that, well, I mean, I guess this is pretty much it. They have the option to leave stuff back here. But there's also this chest over here, which is all of the random little tidbits that people have left behind. I mean, there's a map in here. I'm actually kind of curious. Okay, I mean, there's a Salmon Bros map in here. So, like, really, there's some pretty valuable stuff here. I mean, we've got a diamond axe, 4 diamonds, some ominous bottles, some, you know, a whole bunch of random diamond ore. And every single bit of this profit is going right back into the shop. Alright, the shop has been restocked, and yes, I did get rid of all the rest of that stuff. It's just some of it is really valuable, and I want people to have to actually look around the shop to, you know, find their stuff. And I suspect there's some other DokiCraft members watching this video, and I don't want them to know exactly where it is. You might also remember that I included some Easter eggs in here, and if I can just find those real fast... Surely this won't take too long. Okay, maybe we go 2 times speed. 4 times? 8 times? 16? Okay, this is just taking way too long. That took me a really long time, but I ended up finding both of them. And I'm not gonna actually open these on video, just because not very many people have found them yet, and I still want it to be a fun surprise for people. But for anybody who's curious what these 2 Easter eggs are, or, you know, the ones that I'm about to put in right now, I'm going to be creating a separate channel in my Discord where you can go and check that out and talk about it if you want to. And it's going to be a nice, safe place, safe from all those other DokiCraft members. But anyway, I'm going to be placing these books in random locations, as well as adding just a few more Easter eggs. And then I will meet you back at the base, and we're going to get some more building done. Guys, I just really don't know what to say. I finished up that storage room just a little bit ago, and I can't stop looking at it. Like, wow. Do you guys ever finish a build and you're just like, you know what? This is really awesome. Well, I'll be honest, I felt that a number of times, but never quite like this. When I first started on this tower project, this is basically what I had in mind. But it was sort of a situation where I had something in my head, but I wasn't sure exactly how it would turn out or if it would even turn out good. But wow, this is exactly what I had in mind. When I really sat down and I started, figuring out what I actually want to do with this storage area, I think the big idea that I had at the time was that I wanted to feel just a little bit more cramped. Not like cramped in a bad way or anything, but you know how the rest of the tower, let me just come down here. It feels very, oh, ouch. Oh, it just looks so cool. Sorry, I keep doing that. So what I'm trying to say is that this bottom area, it feels grand. And I know I mentioned that like in the very first episode where I started working on this, I said that I wanted it to look grand, and we definitely succeeded. Like there's just not a doubt in my mind that this is what I think of when I think of grand. But with the storage room, I wanted it to be just a tiny bit different. Like, it's still grand up here. I mean, this ceiling is still high. We've still got some pillars. And yeah, we've got this awesome bridge going over it. But everything feels just a little bit more confined. Like, the pillars are shorter. The ceiling in here is just a little bit lower. And even the fact that the bridge goes all the way up there and it's almost sitting like halfway up towards the ceiling. It does a really good job of making the room look even smaller than it actually is. And there's a lot of cool things that I could mention about that. Like, we've got the little spikes coming down from the ceiling on each of the four corners. And this central ceiling is just a little bit different from all the other ones that I did with the blue terracotta and then the warped planks. With this central ceiling, we've got the same color palette that we've used for the rest of the walls and the floor and, everything like that. And the reason I did that, which I'll just go down here, I mean, you've seen this already, but if I look straight up, you can see we've got this little cross pattern with the bridge, but then above it on the ceiling, we've also got this little X with the tuff, and it's just perfectly matched up with the little spire in the center. And this is just such a minor detail, but as I walk around, because the bridge is actually closer to us than the ceiling, you can see they just move ever so slightly differently, so you can kind of see that little depth effect that it has there. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If I just suddenly died out of nowhere and this was the coolest thing that I ever made, I think I'd still be pretty happy with it. It is, however, not completely done. I haven't done anything with these outer walls, and I haven't done anything with the floor either, or, the floors of any of these levels. Like, yeah, it's not gonna stay that way, don't worry. Especially this bottom one. It just looks so plain and boring, especially compared to the walls and the pillars. No, we're definitely going to get some really cool stuff going with the floor. I just haven't quite figured out exactly what I want to do with it. However, the walls up here and even the outer part of the ceiling, there's actually a really good reason that I left that blank. And I'm not going to go into it now because I still haven't figured out all the little details. But let's just say there's going to be more than one way out of this storage room. And I think you guys are gonna love it. One thing that I do feel just a little bit bad about is that none of this storage is automated. It's all, I just put all of this in here manually. And it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know, it would be really nice if I could just toss everything or, even toss a shulker box somewhere and then get it all to spit all the stuff out into the storage system. I don't know, being here on a server with a bunch of people, I didn't really want to add a whole bunch of lag, but at the same time, we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere and I think it might be fine. I don't know, what I'm trying to say is I don't think that automation is still completely off the table. Like, there might not be any room behind these chests, but if I just go into free cam, this is not going to be the outside of the tower forever. This is basically like this is ethos style building right here. We are getting all of this interior done and we're going to make it look super, super awesome, super cool. And then once we've gotten all of that figured out, then we'll come out here and we're going to get a magnificent exterior to go with it. So, I mean, if it came down to it, I would not feel bad coming over here and just sneaking a couple blocks to the outside of the tower here. Like, that's just not going to be an issue. But yeah, I think that this is just a great way to end phase 1 of the tower. That's right, you heard me, guys. This is only phase 1. Because everything that we've done up until this point, this entire structure right here is only going to be about a third of what I have planned. Because this thing is going to go all the way up here to the top. And we're going to have it come up, yeah, like right around where this glass is. This is where it's going to end. Yeah. Oh, there's phantoms. I should probably sleep, but I also kind of like looking at it at night. That's our next project for this video, by the way. But yeah, this is just the first phase of the tower, and I'm just gonna say it, I really think that the next phases are going to be even cooler. We're gonna go even taller, we're gonna go even more intricate on the interior and the exterior once we get to it, and eventually we're probably even going to get to like all of this terrain on the outside. Guys, I hope you're excited because this project is only just getting started. Alright, I want to start this next section by first apologizing to you guys for how disorganized and just generally rambly that last section was. I'm usually pretty good about, organizing my thoughts before I start recording, but I think in that particular moment I was just feeling so excited, and I don't know. That's just how I was feeling at the time. But don't worry, I'm gonna make it up to you with an awesome time lapse of this copper oxidizing. Fun fact, by the way, when copper oxidizes into copper oxide, it's typically blacker in color. The green color usually comes from the copper oxide further reacting with carbon, which causes it to form that green patina that we know and love. And depending on the environment, the patina can include stuff like sulfur, which can slightly change the color and make the patina unique to the copper's environment. Subscribe to Purple Time for more random copper facts. Now, the final project for today, and yes, the portal's still awesome, is back over here at the thrift shop. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a bit of a silly one. You see, on the right side of the thrift shop, there's actually an alleyway back here. And not just any alleyway, there's actually a graffiti shop here. Which, I mean, first of all, super cool idea to have the shop back here. But second of all, it kind of ruins my idea of having a building pressed up against the thrift shop to hide all of these bookshelves. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Definitely not the most sanitary place I've ever decided to sleep. But I've decided to take that frustration of actually having to do work and channel it into something that's gonna go really well with the graffiti shop. You see, this is a really big area that we've got to cover up, and I'm thinking that we can use some trapdoors to make some kind of little graffiti thing back here. And hopefully it ends up looking okay. Alright, it's really simple, but I think this is adorable. Like, just imagine you're walking around the corner and you're like, oh, here's the thrift shop. Oh, but you see this out of the corner of your eye and you just have to take a closer look at it. Yep, I like it. And I mean, hopefully it'll even draw people in here so that they'll actually see the graffiti shop in here. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he can, yeah, we sell pre-made maps and we can make custom maps for you. So yeah, we can actually, sorry, super random tangent, but eventually I definitely want to come over here and I want to hire Axe so that he can make a pre-made map for us. Let me know in the comments what sort of map I should have him make, because I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure I'll think of something, but I think this is where I'm gonna end this episode for today. Guys, I'm super happy with the progress that we made, and I'd also just like to apologize to you guys. I'm so sorry that this video is so late. It's sort of just a combination of, a lot of stuff going on in real life, but also I've got some other YouTube projects that I'm really excited about, including a revival of my single player series, which I'm really excited about. So I hope you guys will look forward to that. And once again, I added some new Easter eggs in here, so if you are curious what these Easter eggs are, go ahead and join my Discord. There'll be a link in the Discord, and wow, Perry, you're already getting business for the graffiti shop. You guys find anything good back there? Aw, he's so cute. But let's actually fly back, because I want to end this episode in the tower. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying building it, because I just really like this place. It looks so cool. If you made it this far in the video, it would just make my day if you leave a comment or maybe even subscribe. But either way, there's a oh, sorry, okay, flying is a little bit weird right now. But what was I saying? Oh, right. But either way, actually, I completely forgot what I was about to say. You know what? It's fine. Just enjoy the view, look forward to stuff to come, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!